description saying Alan Cox is lying again. A lot of you were saying, who the fuck is Alan Cox? Great question. Some of you are aware of Alan Cox. I'll do a quick recap. Like, I'm gonna be a professional broadcaster, like Carl from Rochester, KB. Oh my god, he's the best. When I was in Cleveland, Ohio in late 2009, I got hired by WMMS from the program director, Bo Matthews, to be the co-host of the Alan Cox Show. Alan Cox was on the air for about a month. He was struggling. He was playing music. So he was essentially a DJ who did like little 2-minute talk breaks before he played a song. And they brought me on as the co-host. It was just me and him. The time the phone screener was a guy named Ryan Bennis. I don't know what happened to him. And then we replaced him with Erica Lauren, who was on the Real World DC, who was a fucking head case, nutcase. Anyways, long story boring. 3 years, the show went to #1, all of these demos. It got wildly successful in Cleveland. They wanted to syndicate it. There was a buzz on the street. Everybody wanted to come on. I got the local scene involved, the comics. I brought them on. We got big-time guests like Kyrie Irving, Shaq, in studio. At the time, Amy Schumer was my friend. She would come over to the studio and she'd call in. Chuck D from Public Enemy would call in once a month. John Oates from Hall & Oates would call in. Gene Hackman. It was just a cool show. We did all these benchmarks, these bits. We did like a huge book burn. That way, national news. It was on CNN, headline news. It was all around. It was on The View. We did the book burn of what's the 50 Shades of Grey book burn. We made a whole radio shtick out of it. Anyway, so we did all this. I shared an office with Alan Cox. I was around him all the time. If we weren't doing a show, we were in the office together. If we weren't in the office or doing a show, we were doing remotes together. If we weren't doing remotes, we were doing appearances together. We were doing shows together, comedy shows. He was a terrible comedian, for the record. So he always said he was a comic, but he was an open micer at best. Constantly bombed. Long story short, when I got fired, he totally erased me from the history. He rewrote it, kind of like they're doing with Kamala Harris right now. And a lot of people do this in radio. They take them off the website. They erase the videos. And he erased everything. We had a video that went viral. It was called Parma State of Mind. It was a parody of the Jay-Z Empire State of Mind. And it was a huge thing. Like Drew Carey tweeted it out. It was like a big thing. They deleted that. All my videos, they deleted. I got his YouTube, over, it was like 6,000 followers or whatever. But anyways, he didn't really bring me up. He would play best ofs when he was on vacation. I was never in the best ofs, even though those were the best shows. He ended up hiring Bill Squire, who was a Cleveland comic who I brought on the show. I got on the show back in the day. And Bill basically worked for free for 2 months just to get in with him. And he kissed his ass. He's still there. I think we're going on year 12 or 11 of him being there. And I got to be honest with you. Every time I hear that show's still on the air, I'm in shock. I'm like, really? And from time to time, few and far in between is these days, I'll check in. And I'm being honest, it's not sour grapes. I know people are like, oh, you're bitter. It's long away from bitter. Maybe the first 3 years, yeah, I was bitter. Because a lot of my friends took his side. It really divided thing. It really fucked with me for a long time when I got fired. Because I put my heart and soul into it. I really worked hard. He continued to use benchmark bits that I came up with. It was like a divorce, So when Opie talks about Anthony and Anthony talks about Opie, I'm like, I get it. You got sick of each other and it is what it is. But Alan really wouldn't talk at me. He would take little stabs here and there and it would get back to me. But in the beginning, it was daily I would hear about it. People would send me messages. They would send me messages all the time. Then over the course of time, it became like once a week to once a month and not hearing about it. The last couple of years, I don't hear about the show. I don't check in. I don't pay attention. I mean, from time to time, I'll be doing this show and I'll like check in. Like right now, it's 2:52. So it's on right now. So we'll check in because I'm going to show you this clip. And we'll give you a little taste of what my former show is. It's a shell of what it used to be. It's not even recognizable. Just to give you an idea, I'm live right now. We got over 230 viewers according to my StreamYard. Not bad. Alan Cox, a big terrestrial radio show. It's on right now. Here we are. It's got 60 people watching. Ray DeVito gets better numbers than a terrestrial radio show.
Cleveland.
It's time to give stuff away.
He was doing this when I was on the air. Give stuff away. Jesus Christ, come up with a new bit.
All right, have you been out to Blue Heron Brewery in Medina?
I haven't.
I only asked.
Anyways, just wanted to point out he only has 60 views on a terrestrial radio show. Good luck, iHeartMedia, selling that show. Hey, do you want to advertise on Alan Cox? They get 60 viewers live on YouTube. You're going to want to watch. I'll get to your super chats. I see you, Ian. I see you, Pac-Man. I see you, Gary. Give me a second. Let me get through this little rant. So, long story short, somebody brings it to my attention last week that Alan Cox mentioned me. Now, people, I guess, in the past have told me they would call in and mention my name. He would use the dump button. Like if they said my name, he would dump it out. Or they would bring me up, he would dump it out and pretend like it never existed, which I think is, it's a compliment to me. It's a compliment that I brought so much to that show that he doesn't want to get the listeners all up in a, because they know Bill sucks. They know the show sucks and compared to what it was. I know it. It is what it is. That's what it is. And so apparently this caller called in and he was really fucking with Alan. And I could go on and on about Alan Cox. Like the guy lies a lot. He's always lied. He painted me out to be this awful person. And I was like, I was a mess, all this. And a lot of it's true. But at the same time, I know what I did for him. But he was very dismissive of what I brought to the table and what I, did for a show. And he's always been really dismissive of me no matter what. And I got to remind everyone, December 5th, 2012, a month away from 2013, I got fired. And we hadn't talked since. Like, I cut him out. I was like, fuck these guys. Because I knew behind the scenes, because he had a say-so in me being let go. He wanted me gone. He never wanted me. They never hired me. He never hired me. Bo wanted me because I used to mix it up with him. I didn't fall in line with his liberal bullshit. I didn't see eye to eye. I didn't kiss his ass. Like, he wanted lapdogs, and he got them. He has them. Mary Santora, who's a Cleveland comic, Bill Squire, they're lapdogs. They're still employed there. God bless them. I would have eventually gotten fired anyway. That show is dog shit. I couldn't work for that guy. We were on the same page. But I tell you what, us having difference of opinions made for interesting show. Two perspectives, debate. Now it's just a bunch of people agreeing and kissing each other's ass, which is never good. That's why Carl's show sucks. They're all laughing at each other. So somebody sent me this clip, and granted, it's funny because back in the day, if he said this, I would have gotten 6 DMs from people saying, dude, Alan brought you up, this. I heard it from one of my $100, Randy P., who's a $100 Patreon advertiser, high roller. He sent this to me because he heard it on WATP, Carl's show. I guess Carl played it. I was not aware of it. So Carl played this on his show. Somebody sent it to him, and then it got back to me because they heard it on Carl's show, not Alan's show, Carl's show. So they played it on WATP, and then they sent it to me. Somebody calls in, and I'm going to break this down real. If you're a fan of my old radio show, you're going to like this. If you're not, I don't know what to tell you. Just hang in there. We'll get through it, and we'll get back to fucking Steel Toe. Cool? So this is from, I guess, August 1st. And again, I was not aware of this until it was brought up on Carl's show and someone heard it. So this guy calls in and he's grilling Alan, which I love because he hates this. He hates this.
Oh, God, he won't stop. First of all, your Wikipedia page is incorrect. Yes?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
So I was looking at your Wikipedia page because last time I called in, I wanted to be a little more informative of who I'm talking to. So it says that you attended Northwestern, and you were on a wrestling team, but there's no
there's Bill.
I guess records of you.
He's yawning.
Enrolled at Northwestern.
That's how great that show is. He's yawning.
True or false? Did you attend Northwestern?
Yes, Charlie. I didn't write my Wikipedia page.
All right. Before we go further, I got to point out another lie. Yes, he did. He wrote his whole Wikipedia page. I remember coming into the office, and I've seen him on numerous occasions editing his Wikipedia. He sat right across from me. I'd like look over. I'm like, oh, he's editing his Wikipedia all the time. I don't know if he does it anymore, but he used to. I know that for a fact. I also believe he had a hand in getting my Wikipedia zapped. Somebody zapped my Wikipedia off the internet. It was up on the internet for like 12 years, and somebody zapped it. And I have a feeling it was him. That I can't confirm, but I have a feeling. I don't want to break that news because, you know, as you know, when I break news, I have my sources confirmed. That's not. I'm working on getting it back anyway. So, okay, so he's lying about his Wikipedia.
Okay, so good. Let me ask you a question. If you, in one word, how would you describe Chad Zumock?
I don't know. I haven't talked to that guy in 15 years.
12.
No, the guy might not even be alive for all I know.
The guy might not be alive for all he knows. Did you hear that? Let's hear it one more time. I got to hear this one more time because this really stuck out.
Because last time I called in, I wanted to be a little more informative of who I'm talking to.
Here we go.
So it says that you attended Northwestern, and you were on the wrestling team, but there's no, I guess, records of you enrolled in Northwestern.
That's the show.
Did you attend Northwestern?
Yes, Charlie. I didn't write my Wikipedia page.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so good. Let me ask you a question. If you, in one word, how would you describe Chad Zumock?
I don't know. I haven't talked to that guy in 15 years.
No,
the guy might not even be alive for all I know.
Okay, so quick question.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. I don't know what Charlie is getting at. I don't know what he's
Look how flustered he got.
talking about. He's like screaming his head.
He can't handle my name ring. He got so flustered he cut him off as soon as my name came up. He got flustered because somebody was challenging him. He got flustered as soon as my name. Okay. Let's break this down. He doesn't even know if I'm alive or not. That's a lie. That's a complete lie. Here, listen, over the years, if somebody brings up a show or brought up me, and I talk about it. I'm not afraid. I'm not going to pretend like it didn't happen like Alan Cox. It did. So I'm open about it. It happened. But the fact that he can honestly sit there and say, I don't know if that guy's alive or he's so full of shit. Because here's the truth. A lot of his friends that he met in Cleveland were through me. So a lot of his friends were my former friends or people I know. A lot of his coworkers still to this day are my Facebook friends. They still like comments of mine, salespeople. They know what's going on with me all the time. They know what I'm doing. They know about Cumia's cucks. They know about all of this. They know about Rove and I's fights. He's lying. He's lying. Because here's the truth. If something were to happen to me, anything, I guarantee Alan would hear about it within the hour. If anything were to happen to Alan, I would hear about it within the hour. Or Erica, for that matter, who hasn't been on the show in a long time. If something happened to her, it would get back to me, or Bill or Mary. We're intertwined forever. As much as I don't want it, I know you don't want it. That's a fact. It's reality. So you're lying if you don't know if I'm alive or not. You're lying. You are lying. You're well aware of what's going on. You sit in your office all day. I don't know if you have an office anymore at the new building, but you're lying if you're not curious of what's going on. And granted, I don't talk about you anymore. I don't really check in as much as I used to. But you're lying when you say, I don't know if that guy's alive or not. That's just another lie. And you always lied. And here's, it's not sour grapes, dude. Like, I don't have a problem with you at all. I mean, I love that I still get under your skin 12 years later, according to you, 15. But I love that you still get flustered when my name comes up 12 years later. You can't handle it like an adult. Like, I don't talk to him. You could say that. I hear he's, living in Florida now. You know that. It is what it is. We work together, and that was that. That's what I say about you. Because I don't have any animosity. I'm surprised you're still on the air in Cleveland. I knew this was the best market you'll ever have. I know you were desperately trying to get back to Chicago when I was on the air. That's why at the time you signed a 2-year deal. You're trying to get back to Chicago. Then you realize radio is not what it was. And Cleveland's, I know you're writing out this contract. Who knows if they renew you again? Because Cleveland's kind of its own, like, nothing changes there. It's kind of a boring situation where everyone has their habits. They don't want to break their habits. They don't even want to download an app. They'll still tune into the radio. And granted, your audience is a fraction of what it once was. That's just what it is. That's just the landscape of where we are. I mean, there's a reason why I'm on the internet right now getting more viewers than you do broadcasting your terrestrial radio. So Alan, you're lying. You lied about everything. You may try to make me look like an asshole. Back when you were sleeping with Crystal and promotions and cheating on your wife, and you did. I know it's not cool for me to bring up. I look like I'm an asshole, but it happened. You guys just wrote it off like I'm crazy. Chad's crazy, and he's mad at Alan. I'm not. But you did. You were fucking Crystal in promotions. You were. Crystal was telling everybody who had an ear. I saw the text messages, and she lied about it too. And I haven't talked to Crystal fucking for 10 years either. I don't have a problem with her either. I guess she's on Rover's show now, from what I hear. She's like the phone screener or something. And good. God bless. Have fun. But that happened. You guys made me the bad guy. But you're the one who did it. But I love it. I love that you pretend like you don't know if I'm alive or not. And I love how flustered you are.
The guy's on hold for half an hour.
I love this caller.
I don't know what he's trying to get across.
He told you.
He said he had 6 things to get across.
6 things. Jesus Christ.
No,
I'm
really?
really obsessed with Wikipedia.
But
too.
also, as he's describing his life, I'm starting to understand why he's so pissed off. And he's
pissed off. You're the one who's pissed off. We watched you get pissed in real time when my name came up. I love it. I say call in the show all the time and bring my name up. What's his phone number at alancoxshow.com? Let's find out. Call the phone lines and bring my name up. Let's get some more video. Send it to me. Let's make this guy mad. Let's ruin his day. Let's ruin his Friday. What's the call number there? I don't remember the phone number. It's like 216-578 something. Hold on. Let me find the phone number for you. Let's call Alan Cox and mention me. There we go. Oh, I found it. This is going to be fun. And the one thing I do know is you guys like to troll. Oh, I know. I've been on the other end of it. But I think this is the phone line right here. Give him a call. 1-800-348-1007. Alan Cox Show. Pretty sure they don't have a phone screener anymore. I'm pretty sure the gay black kid is no longer with them. And again, I never met that kid, but I heard he quit, and that got back to me within the hour. Somebody DM me. They're like, you heard Pound Cake quit. I'm like, cool. Never met the guy. 1-800-348-1007. Mention Chad Zumock sent you.